Welcome to Around the Natty. I'm your host, Andrew. Joined with me is Logan.
What's up?
We also have Tech Guy Tommy.
Tech Guy Tommy.
In the back.
What to do?
He's here for round two. Like I said, he's part of our team going forward, so get to know him. We're going to get him a Twitter here soon. We're going to make sure he stays on top of it.
You got to stop being an old man.
You gotta get in the times, Thomas.
Yeah.
All right?
So, when people ask me what's your Instagram, I just tell them it's at Around the
I
Natty.
have Instagram.
See, I don't.
use Instagram.
I do.
He doesn't use Insta.
I use Instagram.
What was your first post?
In December.
And it was your only post?
Bowl game, yeah. I only like to document
things that matter. That's
Right.
fair. That's
Right.
fair.
Well, we're going to bring you your Cincy sports today. We got a lot of Reds today. It's the halfway point of the season. I'm still
All-Star break.
hopeful.
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful. It's the first time in a long time that you still have something to be hopeful about going into the second half of the season. You know, I mean, last year they were 16 games back or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, you take away that first 1-8 start. I mean, we're right. I mean, we're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? We're first, second, third place, something like that. You know.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no. So, anyways,
And I think the biggest contributor to that has to be our all-stars. Luis Castillo, Sonny Gray got added on as of late.
Yeah.
But that's one thing I want to talk about today is just how great Luis Castillo's been. Because he has been short of phenomenal. He had a great all-star outing as well. He gave us a clean inning, quick inning too. I mean, I don't know if he was trying to do that or something like that, but it was quick. I mean, it was rapid fire.
Yeah.
He was up there.
It was funny if you listen to. First of all, Joe Buck. I love listening to Joe Buck. Like,
You were the minority in this time.
Time out. If Joe Buck didn't do football with Troy Aikman, I would love Joe Buck. I hate Troy Aikman. I think that's what I associate. Joe Buck's good, dude. I enjoy listening to Joe Buck. Anyways,
You also like Tom Brenneman.
I don't hate Tom Brady. I actually, and if you saw on Twitter, if you follow me on Twitter, at Challenge Court Logan,
Yikes.
what it do? If you follow me on Twitter, you would see that I did recently say, okay, I think I'm hopping on I'm against Tom Brenneman train because he was just absolutely, he just is so negative all the time.
Always. And then he sits there and he complains about all these things that the Reds do, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then he just gags on the other team the whole time.
And I don't mind whenever you are not, like, if you try to be, call it right down the middle, that's fine. Like, I feel like there's a certain level of, I don't want you to be a homer the entire time. That's fine, whatever. And I don't think it's unfair to be critical of an organization either, even if you're the one calling the games for them.
Yeah.
But my thing is you're right. You're right. He really does just absolutely gnaw on the knobs of all of the.
It's such garbage.
Yeah, it's not
It's
fun.
to the point where I want to mute the TV. Really, I just want to.
Did you like that, Tom? He liked gnaw on the knobs.
I just want to mute the TV because he's converted Chris Welsh too.
Oh, and Chris Welsh has never been good.
It used to be that Chris Welsh would call him out and he'd be like, "Listen, Tom, that's not anything at all. Like, that's not why. This is why."
Right.
But now he's just like, "Yeah, And you're like, put your bow tie on and shut up and let me watch this.
Yeah.
Give me George Grant back.
Oh yeah.
Give me George Grant.
Well, we're going out to Colorado. He might be able to call that game. I don't know if it's only California games that he calls because that's where he lives. He lives out in California, or he's either Arizona or California.
No idea
But that's why he calls those games when we're out there because he lives out there. So every now he does I think he does two series a year now or something like that. So, but yeah, George Grant was great, man. I like.
He was grand, you could say.
Grand. I'm sorry.
George Grant was grand.
Oh, is that okay? I said it correctly. Yeah.
It's a pun.
Oh.
No, I'm
Grande,
saying
grande,
Yike.
grande.
You just took my joke and just chucked it out the window.
Grande.
But let's talk about Luis Castillo a little bit more here.
All right, let's hear what you got.
Let's talk about what he's got going here, because you know what, he's putting together a Cy Young. You know, if Ryu's not having such a great year, I think he's number one in the Cy Young race here. He's got the second lowest ERA in the MLB behind Ryu at a 2.29. Ryu's at like a 1.7 something.
He's unreal right now.
He's killing the
Unhittable.
game. He's killing it. He also has one of the best offenses behind him, so
That's fair.
That's helpful as well. You know, another big thing that we saw with Castillo last year and the year before that is we saw some brilliance out of him. You know, early in those seasons. and then he kind of bogged down.
Yeah.
We're not seeing that this season.
No, and you know what? I think he's doing a better job of it's not just he's doing a better job of even when his stuff isn't there.
Yeah.
Finding a way to pitch, you know what I mean, and really setting up his pitches and looking for his spots. And there's been a couple of games where he's gotten beaten up a little bit, and I think both were against Milwaukee. I think if I'm looking off the top of my head, and whatever. Sometimes you have those teams that just have your ticket, whatever it is.
And they haven't this season. It was like that one game, like
and it was supposed to be. That was the game that first time was. It was funny. I forget who their ace is. But he's their best pitcher as well. And it was supposed to be like a low scoring game was the thing behind that.
Yeah.
And it ended up being like they won like 9-8.
It was Davies, wasn't it?
Maybe, I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm not really too sure.
Yeah.
I forget. But anyways, we were up we were up by like 6 runs at one point. We were up like 8-2, and then they came back and won 9-8. But whatever. But
yeah. Also in that game, there was like error after error in that first inning that just destroyed his ERA.
Yeah.
I think our boy Iglesias had a rough time that game. It was just.
Yeah. Have you changed? Have you shifted on Raciel? Are you back on the Raciel train?
No. I'm not gonna give up on him because he's been fantastic in his career.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chalk it up to a down year, and it's not that he's been 100% horrible this season. He's been streaky, man.
I don't know that in today's MLB you need a one set closer though either.
I agree.
I don't think that's. And especially the way that managers are managing teams now.
Yeah.
With so many, I don't think that's necessary. I think that, and it might hurt the morale and the ego of a guy.
Yeah.
But I have no problem with him throwing Amir Garrett in there, throwing Michael Lorenzen in there, throwing Raciel Iglesias in there, Hernandez, whoever you think can go in there and get you that out. I'm fine with it.
I'm gonna be honest. There were some issues with Iglesias and. David Bell early on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because he was using him in non-closing situations. You know what? You got to earn that, son.
Well, my thing is, though, is as a player, you want me to go out and get these next 6 outs? Hell yeah. You know what I mean? That's what he's getting pissed about. I'm like, why? I don't understand. For me, I want my utilization rate to be through the roof. David Hernandez. Money. Right. Well, David Hernandez, he's a gamer, dude. It doesn't matter. He could pitch 12 innings or
It could happen.
No, well, you're right, but I'm saying, sorry, I meant to say he could pitch.
Happen.
He could pitch 12 innings in a series, but and he's not. That's not really what he's ideally made for. But he could pitch, 4 one night, go out there and give me 4 the next night. You know, I mean, he's never unavailable. And that's the guy.
Well,
that
he
you
is
want.
now because he's on the IL.
Well,
but he'll be back.
And so is
Amir. They just said that's precautionary.
Yeah. I think he just had some like QL tightness or something like that.
Yeah, he like some stiff. He was stiffer than he was, and he's like I chucked that up to throwing a fastball, and they're like, you only threw 3 fastballs. He goes, I only usually throw about 1. So
the only times being too stiff will be a problem for you. I am on a roll today. Hey, listen, guys, I'm dealing with some tough emotion right now. Okay, so I'm trying to have a good time here. We have fun here. We have fun. Oh, don't give me the. There you go. You're what a dick. Oh, now I'm thirsty.
Yeah.
Speaking of thirsty.
Yeah.
How about Alex Morgan?
What?
I don't know.
Stop what you're doing.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys didn't get a chance to watch the All-Star game, Sonny Gray didn't get to pitch, unfortunately.
He's a sub.
He's an alternate. He came in for Scherzer late. Still a cool experience for him. But Castillo was phenomenal. And the whole time they're sitting there, they had the managers mic'd up for his whole outing. And they kept comparing him to Pedro Martinez.
Really?
Which is his idol, according to him. Which is something that's really cool. But he almost struck out the side.
They had that one ground out.
If it weren't for Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
But like I said, he was dealing quick. He was getting in a rhythm.
Right.
He was going fast. It was like, give me the ball back, and I'm going to get into the windup and just let it rock.
Right.
And, I mean, he made the first 2 people look stupid. He made them look stupid.
Yeah. And
then Bregman whiffed. Or hit a ground ball to second base.
Yeah, well, and that was the thing. Talking about Joe Buck, he said, and that is a 97-mile-per-hour fastball that looks like a breaking ball. The kid's just got, when his stuff is good, man. I mean, there's so much movement on. He's next to unhittable.
Yeah, and it's just his changeup and breaking ball, or his changeup and fastball look the same out of his hand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Except the arm slot's the same. Yeah.
It looks exactly the same. Except the changeup hits the brakes when it reaches the plate. You know?
Yeah. Well, that's why they got rid of it. So because originally he was like he would go to a slider somewhat often, but they got rid of it because one, it was messing with his changeup, and then two, he was tipping his slider all the time, and like it was so easy. But like he's really found a way to one, learn to set up his pitches. And the crazy thing is, so like usually, you give guys the junk early. You know what I mean? Usually it's like, change up, fastball high. You know what I mean? But no, he goes the opposite. He gives you, he gives you the heat, and then gets you out on the change up.
Pumps the brakes, yeah. Because he doesn't have like a super quick delivery. It's not anything where you're like, it's super fast. I mean, it's about normal, but God, man. It's killer, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
I went to the game. I want to talk about this. This isn't about Luis Castillo, but just in general, we're talking about how you have something excited about as a Reds fan for the first time in a very long time, probably since 2015 at the All-Star break, and even then it was like pretty bleak. But like you didn't think you were going to make the playoffs. But anyways, I went to the game last Wednesday, and Sonny Gray actually pitched. He had 12 Ks, had 8 score.
Big outing.
So
he went to the 8th inning, right?
Yeah, he went through the 8th inning.
Yeah.
So 8th inning. I think it was through the 8th.
Maybe it was.
Okay, so 8th inning, 2 outs. He might have just walked somebody, maybe, but David Bell comes out of the dugout. I'm sitting third base line, 2 rows back. I could spit on the Ryan Braun from there, and I almost did. I wanted to really bad. But so anyways, he's David Bell comes out, talks to him. Everyone thinks he's coming out of the game. The whole crowd just erupts. That stadium, I haven't heard it that loud and seen that many fans there and be so excited in such a long time. Stadium erupts, just starts like going crazy for him. Then David Bell goes back into the dugout, lets him finish. And then later on, I don't know if you heard of the interview, but Sonny Gray is like, I don't know, you may not think it makes a difference, but that makes a difference. He's like, you guys really propelled me to get through that. Like I heard and felt that crowd, and he's like, and I was out of juice, and it helped me just get that extra last notch I needed to put him away. So that's awesome. And so hopefully, we continue seeing that. I think part of the reason why it's so busy though is because they're doing special fireworks stuff for 4th of July weekend and stuff like that. But still, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
It was a really cool atmosphere. I got goosebumps.
If you go to these big teams like Cleveland, like Houston, like the Dodgers. All those people, their stadiums are packed 100% of the time.
Yeah.
And it's
even
always,
when the teams suck.
It's always loud. It's always crazy.
Yep.
That stuff's big. Also, it helps your team pay for players.
Right.
That stuff, nobody thinks about that. Like, when you're going to these games, you're helping the team go get those players they need to get.
Well, and that's what Dick Williams even said. He said, there's going to be a lot of pay raises this year that happen. We need attendance to help pay for those pay raises.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing too is, and this will kind of lead. I think this will lead well into our biggest winners and losers. I don't want to cut you off if you have more to say about this, but going forward, we're gonna have lots of hard decisions to make, and a lot of it will be extensions or redoing contracts and So, and we'll be in a very interesting spot where we have to make some very hard decisions. So,
well, that's what happens when you go hard in free agency.
Right.
You got to make those decisions, and I'm gonna be honest. From what I've seen from the management of the Reds, I'm confident. I feel good about it.
I've been told by pretty reliable sources that the baseball operations are now being ran by the baseball people, and Bob Castellini is no longer having say in the baseball operation decision making. And I think that's really important because Bob Castellini is really good to fans, but he's equally as good to his players. And he has a very sincere loyalty and love for his players that a lot of owners don't have. And for him, it goes beyond the business of it. And as a result, you see contracts like Homer Bailey.
Yeah.
Like Brandon Phillips past his prime. I don't think the Joey Votto deal was a bad deal because you go in there saying, okay, well, we get this guy through his prime, but we're going to have a couple years of subpar Joey Votto, which we haven't got to yet. But that's probably going to be a reality. But you have these big contracts that really are not conducive to winning baseball, and they're emotional, you know what I mean?
The Homer Bailey one was, it hurt me so bad.
And it's because he loved Homer Bailey. They almost didn't let Billy Hamilton go because Bob loved Billy so much. And they're like, Bob, you told us, when you hired us, we're the baseball operations now. Yeah. We make the decisions. Him and
I mean, that's goofy. That's goofy because I'm gonna be honest, and I think the Royals have found this out very quickly. Billy Hamilton is not an everyday player. His batting has not proved to make him an everyday player.
I don't.
He may be something, but it may be somebody you put on the base pass to win you a ball game or two.
I have no ill will towards Billy Hamilton.
Me either.
I think he was great to the city.
He just was a trash. He's not a major league hitter.
But he, I mean,
I'd rather.
I don't miss him in terms of watching baseball.
I miss his defense.
I've watched Nick Senzel play fine in the center field.
He's hurt again.
Good. That's awesome. No, I'm being sarcastic. That was sarcasm.
It's like, what?
Yay! Like, no, I was joking.
Did you see the sleeveless unis?
Dude, I did. I don't know how I feel
about
it.
Oh my god, what?
You know what I noticed? I think Jose Peraza has body image issues because he wore sleeves underneath.
So did Iglesias.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
So did Scooter.
Yeah, well, Scooter's a real skinny guy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, he's a real skinny guy.
So is Peraza, though.
But if I'm Mikey Biceps, I'm loving that.
Oh, yeah. Him and Dietrich did the famous...
Yeah. Like... Kazuski or whatever.
No, not Klazuski. They did, what's the movie is that from? Where they shake hands, but they're, jacked. People are going to hate me because I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either, but I do know what picture you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah, they did that. But that kind of leads us to our next segment, like you said. It's something I thought would be fun to do.
No! I'm just now seeing his answers. So go ahead and present it. But now we have the same one, and I'm really sad. At least the first one.
Okay. We're gonna go and do winners and losers of the first half of the season.
Oh, thank God we have different losers. Okay.
First half of the season, kind of who we think made the best of their situation, who we think is, made good strides towards a second contract if they're up for a second contract, things like that. Just people who have made the team better in every aspect. Because we've had a lot of people who have not been playing up to their potential this first half.
So what we're saying is our definition of winner is very ambiguous. So it can mean a lot of different things. So it was really open to interpretation. Like when we were talking about it in pre-show, it was just like, all right, we just said biggest winners and losers. And then I think Gamble was going to have some honorable mentions. Because he wanted to do multiple, but I was like, that's cheating. We need to have one loser, one winner.
I just want to preface this by saying, when I mentioned this to Logan, I said winners and losers. I didn't say biggest winners, biggest losers. I just said winners.
But we only do it big.
Meaning plural.
We're talking 12. Big.
Huge.
Foot long.
All right.
$5.
I'll let you go first.
I think they're $6 now, actually.
I'll let you go first.
Okay. We're doing losers or winners first.
I can pick either one. So I'll just pick the other one.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna do winners. And like I said, I looked at his notes, and he had the same one as me. But I think he's gonna do he had multiple winners, so I'll do the one I was gonna pick. So my biggest winner for me, and I don't think there would be anyone who would argue this, is Jose Iglesias. I think. I mean, you come in, you sign a veteran minimum deal. Essentially, you get a spring ball invitation. Questionably, even making the roster. You don't even know if you're gonna have a roster spot going after spring training. And you come in and absolutely revitalize your career. I mean, you're hitting. I think he's hitting 298. Or sorry, no, it's not. It's not that high anymore.
He's hitting. I only got RSP.
I'm sorry. Give me one moment. But you come in, you make an immediate impact off the bench. And as a result of injury, you get to play. You get some playing time. He's hitting 282. That's best for second on the team.
Who's got number one?
Phillip Ervin, but he isn't nearly as many at bats.
Yeah, right.
So I don't really count that. But so. You and the defense, man. Marty Brenneman says it.
I'm not gonna lie, it's Gold Glove level.
Marty Brenneman said it. He said there are probably 3 shortstops I would ever go and pay to watch play baseball, and he's one of them. Yeah. And I can tell you that Barry Larkin wasn't on that list either. So
that's kind of goofy.
I think
I'd pay to watch Barry Larkin play.
But I think Barry Larkin was so exciting because of his bat, not because of how he
won a Gold Glove or two.
I didn't say he was a bad fielder. I'm just saying it's not like Brandon Phillips. You went to go watch him field. You know what I mean? He's exciting. It was fun. He had some really awesome, moves. Or I don't know. It was very moves. He had some sweet moves,
He's
bro.
Doing dance moves.
Out here.
The butt tag. The butt tag.
Oh, the butt tag.
The butt tag.
The butt tag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking. Okay, sorry. Divergent. Real quick for a second. So do you remember? Did you see when Jesse Winger slid in the third, and he did the step over and it was the most awkward thing I've ever seen. Anyways, I thought that was funny. Also, Taylor Trammell, he was safe when he stole him in that Futures game.
Yeah, he was.
He was. So, anyways, back to Jose Iglesias again. One of the most clutch guys in terms of If you have runners in scoring position, that's who you want at the plate.
I got those numbers here.
Hit me
You
with
want
the
to listen to these
Give it
numbers?
to me.
381 average with runners in scoring position. 420 on base percentage. 556 slugging and 976 OBP. OPS, sorry. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's big time, especially for a team that, for the most part, struggled manufacturing any kinds of run production in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Well, and
He's best in baseball with runners in scoring position.
And to be honest with you, so before the season begins, you tell me that Scooter Jeanette's going to be out for the majority of the first half of the season, and I tell you, our offense, I have very little confidence in our ability to put to do well, especially with those middle infielders.
Yeah.
And but Jose Iglesias came in, has been extremely productive, played great.
Yeah.
Regrettably, you've seen. I think it's messed with Jose Peraza, which I don't want to go too much into that because I think someone else is going to talk about that here in a minute. And if it's going to be someone else, that'll be not me. So gamble. And again, I think, I think that's really a testament to the Reds organization.
Yeah.
We've found this is the second year in a row we've done this because David Hernandez and Jared Hughes were not highly touted, and they've been awesome in our bullpen. They got them last year.
Jared struggled this season.
Right, but I'm saying last year that they were on our bullpen was some of the best.
Yeah.
In the first half of the season, we were unbelievable. And then this year, you get Derek Dietrich. Again, not highly touted or sought after. Has been a great addition. Provided you excellent production off the bench. And been able to start for you a couple times. Kyle Farmer, again, not someone who was
Farmer has been opportunistic.
Kyle Farmer was no one talks about him as part of that trade. Certainly has turned out to be a bigger part in the trade than Alex Wood.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like we mentioned, Jose Iglesias, who's my biggest winner for the Cincinnati Reds, at least through the first half of the season, because he's just been he's made himself a name. That's the guy who someone's going to pay him.
I'm going to be honest.
Someone's going to pay him. It may not be us. But
I would hate to let him go. And that's not something that I saw myself saying at the beginning of the season.
Right.
I'm not going to talk about whether or not we're going to sign him. This is blind fan, talk here. But,
a 3-year deal. Give him a 3-year deal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's young enough, it doesn't kill us. But if anybody has set themselves up for a second contract with the Reds, it's Jose Iglesias.
Of anyone else there, he's the one most deserving of an extension.
Exactly.
More so than Yasiel Puig even. I love Yasiel. Yasiel Puig is exciting. He's a fan favorite. He's fun.
He's heating up.
And he's playing really well as of last month. But Jose Iglesias, above and beyond,
nobody else,
right, deserves a contract extension. Has played
absolutely.
If you're paying for play, and it's about what have you done for me lately, it's Jose Iglesias.
What have you done for me all season?
Right.
Man, just talk about dominant.
Right.
It's the whole deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the whole deal. You're not worried about him on any side of the field.
Right.
But
who's your biggest winner?
My biggest winner was Jose Iglesias, but I also had another one who I think has made great strides from an already promising career so far, and that's Amir Garrett. Amir Garrett's been one of the most solid relievers in the majors all first half of the season. He's got a 1.7 ERA, which is crazy. He leads the team in innings pitched at 37. Now he is on the IL. They said it's purely precautionary. We hope. Yeah, you know how that usually goes. Yeah. But, he said it's purely precautionary. He said he's just a little stiff. I have no doubt that with the long break from the All-Star game, he'll be fine coming back.
Yeah.
Or fingers crossed at least. But he's been lights out.
Right.
Amir Garrett's been lights out this season.
Yeah.
I can't even think of a game where he's had like a really rough time.
Well, of course it's going to happen, but he has, I believe, the lowest ERA on the team. I believe. And in terms of, he's one of those guys, like, he's got the confidence, and as a result, I have confidence. Every time he gets up there,
yeah. He's got a swagger about himself,
and I love it.
Sure.
And I love it. And I think it's part of that.
Especially when he pimps Javi.
Right. Well, especially and I think part of it comes from that college basketball mentality, what I mean? Which I like. I like the personality. This team has so much personality, dude.
It does,
across the board. And I think,
which is something it's missed for a long time.
Right, and I'll tell you what, that's a testament to David Bell to manage all those different personalities and egos in the locker room. It works. Whatever, it's been working in terms of them getting along. At least from an outside perspective, it seems that way. And it's not like they're winning a ton of games, so it's not like you can chalk up to like, well, they're winning, so they're going along.
I'm just surprised that they're still in this thing, man.
Yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
And
hey, man, I'm telling you, I got a case of beer on the line here, sir.
I know.
I hope you don't forget that when they are playing in October, sir.
I hope that I owe you a case of beer. I absolutely hope so.
Man. I feel it in my loins.
All right, man. Can we shift the losers?
Yeah.
I'll let you do your losers first.
Absolutely. My
biggest loser. Who's your biggest loser?
Do you have that one?
No, mine's someone that you don't have on anywhere on there.
Cool.
Actually.
Cool.
And you might think it's a weird take, but I'm gonna go for it. Go ahead.
If it's Joey Votto, I'm gonna punch him.
It's not Joey Votto.
Okay. My biggest loser, Jose Peraza. Without a doubt, I think he's had the roughest season of anybody on the team. Mm-hmm. I think he made great strides last year, and people were like, okay, like Cozart's gone, it's time to step up, and he kind of stepped up. His bat improved. I mean, his glove's always been decent. Mm-hmm. Serviceable, as I like to use.
Right. Jose Peraza had a breakout year last year. He was
absolutely.
Awesome
he was a stud last year. He was cranking homers, and he's getting on base and doing a bunch of things. Complete and utter regression this season. Yep. I mean, I don't know if it's due to lack of at bats or competition. He's just folded in competition, but it is garbage. Yeah. I mean, his play has been just absolutely. He's been outperformed by everybody.
I would assert that it's a combination of baseball players are weird and they can't handle change, and so like bouncing from left field to center field to second base to shortstop, I think that's messed with them a lot. And I think that the other thing is that obviously the lack of at bats, I think that doesn't help. You know what I mean? So I think those things together created that.
Yeah, it's just been complete utter regression.
Right.
He went from maybe his ceiling to, close to it to just floored.
Right.
I mean, it was just bad.
Yep.
I mean, he's hitting .222 right now. He's got a .275 on base percentage. He's slugging .333. That's not good numbers.
Right.
Even by our standards right now,
Right.
Even our batting standards. It's been bad, and he looks uncomfortable at the plate.
Yeah, he's definitely not seeing the ball well.
He's not. He's not doing anything well, and
right.
It's to the point where I almost want to. They already kind of are just playing Iglesias full time, and it's like
right.
if you're a good baseball team, that's what you do.
Right.
And it's just I feel bad for him because he was making strides last year, and I was really confident that he could be the shortstop of the future because he's young. There's still hope. I don't think they're giving up on him. It's been rough, man, and we'll see if he can turn it around or whatever. But go ahead.
So my biggest loser is, and I'm going to take a different approach. You might not find it to be interesting.
Okay.
Phillip Ervin, and I'll tell you why. Because Phillip Ervin, despite playing lights out, has not been able to find a way to stay on the major league. And for whatever reason, he's not even been the fourth or fifth outfielder. He's been AAA most of the season.
Yeah.
How is a guy who at the major league level, and I don't care if he's like, I know the at bats are limited, but listen, I mean, look, when you're batting .286 at the major league level, leading the team in batting average.
Ask Clint Frazier that.
I don't. You know what? Screw the Yankees. I just don't get it. I don't get
it either, man.
And to especially whenever there was a time when Yasiel Puig was slumping.
Yeah.
Jesse Winker went through a slump.
Yeah.
Nick Senzel wasn't up right away.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, and Irvin was still down. Like I don't understand it.
I don't understand it either.
The kids have been smacking the ball all around. And then they keep on bringing Van Meter up and
they need to leave that boy down. He needs some brewing time.
And I think Van Meter is gonna be a fine player. I'm not.
Now.
It's not an indictment against him, but Phillip Ervin, it is, and that's why worst case scenario. I'm not advocating for us not to sign him. But if we didn't re-sign Yasiel Puig, I wouldn't be too worried because I think Phillip Ervin can come in and play well.
Give me Yasi, baby. Give me Yasi, bro. You want to know why? One, I think he can be great. Mm-hmm. Two, I think he puts fans in the stands.
Mm-hmm. Fans in the stands.
And three, he looks great in red. Okay.
Yeah. Here's my thing though. He's gonna get paid big by somebody, and I don't want to pay him big.
I don't care. I want to overpay him.
Really?
I'm that guy right now.
Really?
Overpay him. I don't care.
Now here's what if Joey Votto said, okay, you can, I will forgive X amount of dollars in my contract if you give it to Yasiel Puig. Wouldn't happen, but that would be cool. I would do that.
Yeah, it'd be a make-believe thing.
Yeah. Can you imagine that being like, here, just take my money and give it to somebody else?
Here, take my future, please.
Right. Yeah, no. But I'm just saying, that would be pretty cool. And I think he likes Cincinnati. So I would tell you, I worked the Yasiel Puig poker tournament. He's super nice guy, man. Like, and I'm going to be honest with you, before he came to the Cincinnati, I did not like Yasiel Puig. I thought he was a jerk.
Yeah, I think he's got that kind of effect. It's like the Derek Dietrich thing, too.
Oh,
you hate him when they're not on your team.
Derek Dietrich wasn't relevant enough for me to
imagine if he wasn't on your team, though, and he was doing what he was doing with us. You'd be like, oh, man, this guy's a dirtball.
I love Derek Dietrich.
Yeah, dude. You love him because he's on your team, and he's pimping home runs on your team. And then you're like, yeah, dude. Yeah. And then if he was on the Cards or the Pirates, you'd be like, oh, this guy's such a douche.
Yeah, well, but the only thing I'll say about Yasiel Puig is he's not been as good as advertised, except for this last month. This last month, he's really turned it on.
He's definitely had a big slump.
I think he's a higher ceiling Jay Bruce, where you slump.
He's just pure athleticism, man. If they could just give him an ounce of technique. I think if they could give him just a little bit of that. I think if they just give him a little bit more technique and because they explained this and they were talking about it. He's kind of adjusted his front leg when he's batting, because before he's kicking it way up in the air, and
his bat speed's so slow.
Yes, you're this huge dude. You do not need a big old leg kick to get these guys out of the park, dude. Just give it a little and just go, man. Driving me nuts.
But anyways, so that's my biggest loser. Biggest loser for me is Phillip Ervin, and not because of his poor play, but because
that sucks, man.
And I think we're gonna go unanimous on this MVP. I think he's getting a unanimous MVP vote here for us. So
I'm gonna give a
honorable mention. Go ahead. Honorable mention for loser.
Yeah, because I had another one, and I think this one people can agree on. I don't think he's had particularly a terrible season. He hasn't had a great season, especially compared to his standards. And that's how do you say it? Raciel Iglesias. Man, I'm torn because I like him. I was really excited when the Reds extended him.
Yep.
Last season, I think anybody would have thought it was a solid move at the time. But there's just something this season that just doesn't seem right with him.
It's his mental, dude.
It's got to be something like that because, man, the man has been either lights out or non-existent.
Yeah.
There's no in between. He either gives up 4 runs or doesn't give up any contact on the pitch.
It's solely lack of confidence, I think.
He's so streaky, man. His ERA's up. The big thing is his control's gone.
Yeah, his whip is terrible.
He looks like he can't hit anything with his breaking ball. Like he can go in there with a fastball, but if anytime he throws his breaking ball, it's like 8 miles off the plate.
Right.
He can't hit his spots, man, and it's frustrating because we know how good he can be and how lights out he can be. And if we could just get him to step up and take the reins on that second half of game.
I wish I could take Amir Garrett's swagger and put it over there. Like I mean, seriously.
We're getting your daily dose of SpongeBob references.
Oh man, I'm all about it. I'm fucking hyped up.
But yeah. I think
I just threw off the camera's focus by doing that too. You see me shake? I think I just threw the focus. That's okay.
It's
manual.
It's manual.
Just moving it.
Oh, that's great.
Just shut up.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, what's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? They need to figure it out. They need to figure it out now.
Sports psychologist, Reds, hire one. Let's get this going.
Yeah, but MVP
unanimous
of the first half of the season. You guys know who it is. You guys agree. Okay, if you don't agree, I don't understand.
If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god. My MVP is Luis Castillo. 100%.
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. Man has been the ace this club has needed for 3 years, 4 years, ever since Johnny Cueto left. And going into the season, I didn't think the Reds had an ace, and you didn't think the Reds had an ace.
Nope.
And my big thing was I didn't know if we needed an ace, but they certainly needed an ace, and they got one in Luis Castillo.
Yep.
I mean,
eats up innings.
I mean, there's been more games where he's given up like 3 hits. You can't ask for anything else out of a starter today. He's got like 10 games over 6 innings pitched, or 6 innings pitched or more.
Yeah.
Well,
and I think there's even games where he could have probably gone deeper, and Bell's been very conservative and has pulled him. You know what?
So, and that's I
don't have a problem with it.
I'm
just saying even those numbers I think are skewed because I think if he played the same way 10 years ago, he would already have 200 innings pitched. I would be willing to bet.
Yeah, I mean the man's been a stud for us, and I know this pitching staff or this pitching rotation has been kind of pieced together, and a lot of them, Roark's not going to be here long.
Yep.
We got some decisions to make on Malley and DeSclafani. And
I would love this extend Roark. I'm not gonna lie.
I would too. You want to know why? He's a bulldog, and he
Yeah.
just chews up innings,
Yep.
and he gets out of tough situations, and he's a good pitcher. And I don't think we're going to keep him.
Yeah, I don't think
he's
so
gone.
either.
I think
you're
gone.
right.
And it hurts me. Hopefully Alex Wood does something before the end of the season.
That was my honorable mention. Biggest loser.
Yeah,
wow, what a loser.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But God, hopefully we get something to replace him.
Yeah.
I really don't want Sal Romano to come back up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm kind of to the point where I want Disco gone.
Disco?
Yeah.
Why'd you say like that?
Disco. I don't know, man.
That was weird.
I want him
it's
gone.
Disco, everyone. Just so everyone knows. It's Anthony DeSclafani, but his nickname is Disco. Sorry, go ahead.
It's Disco, whatever. But I'm just saying, I'm to the point where I want him kind of to either figure it out because he's either really good or just home run derby pitching. Right. Malley's been okay. Yeah. Same deal. I don't know if he's ready yet.
He's always gonna be a guy who you're gonna lose half your games in our ballpark because he's a pop fly pitcher and it's Great American, regrettably.
Hopefully Hunter Green at some point.
He's been hurt.
I know, but hopefully Lodolo or whatever, he's got 4 or 5 years.
I think he's gonna end up being a reliever.
Shut up.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, God, I hope we find a way to fill the void that is because he's a nice, replacement guy or like 4th, 5th day guy.
Yeah,
and he's been great for us. Sonny Gray stepping up.
I'm a Sonny Gray believer now. I'm not. Listen, I went and saw him live, and after that moment, dude, I'm a Sonny Gray. And you know what? He might be. He's not, but he's pretty close to my favorite Reds player currently.
Really?
Yeah, I love Sonny Gray.
I mean,
big Sonny Gray.
You were very skeptical in the early days. Skeptical. Are you converted?
I'm a convert.
Hallelujah.
Jesus.
Yeah, man. I was a believer early on, so welcome. Welcome,
Tom, what time are we at? How far are we deep into this thing?
We looking good, man?
39 minutes.
I mean,
that's
pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I don't hate that. We'll leave you guys a little short one.
Real quick before we go though, we have to say a shout out to women's U.S. national team.
Yes.
Rose Lavelle,
yes.
Cincinnati native. That bitch likes Skyline, and so do I. Let's talk sometime.
You're getting very vulgar.
Yeah, on my podcast. On your podcast?
Yeah,
it's one half your podcast.
All right, dude. Well,
and this is one half my house today. But anyways, by the way, Rose Lavelle, you're always welcome in our house anytime you want.
It's kind of hot in mine.
You can stop by. We'll eat some Skyline. We'll hit it up. What it do.
He's very lonely.
But I'm very lonely.
He's very lonely.
Today was a rough day. Yeah.
But yeah, as always, like and subscribe.
Please.
To the video and our channel on YouTube, Around the Natty. Also our Twitter as well. It's around_the_natty. We have an Instagram now, which is cool. We'll be posting there.
That's neat.
Updates and things like that. I take over that, so it's going to be much better content than our Twitter.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, and also our personal Twitters as well. Like I said, we're going to get Tom one as well. It'll be Tech Guy Tommy, if we can get it. Tech Guy. But mine's at Girly Hummin, GIRLIEHUMMIN.
I'm at Chow_Logan.
But other than that, do you have anything, Logan?
Nope. Just again, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. Tommy, thank you again for editing for us. We really appreciate it. Welcome again to the team. This is week 2 of Tom being with us. And, again, we always appreciate your support. Please interact with us. Tweet the show.
Yes.
Make comments on the YouTube video. Talk about our ugly mugs. I'll only cry a little bit. But other than that, I'm Logan.
I'm Andrew.
And this has been Around the Natty.